Hey guys, I'm Caroline Shin, and today I have something very special in store for Cooking with Granny. We have Grandma Barbara and her Greek octopus stew, literally out of her family recipe book.
Those recipes probably go back to the days of Homer, and I'm not exaggerating.
So there you go. This is octopus stew that Homer might have eaten himself.
Be ready to go. We're on the hunt for an octopus. Hello, how are you? Do you sell frozen octopus? To cook what I want to make, it's supposed to be frozen. Otherwise, I'm going to have to beat it. You know, I'm from Greece, and in Greece, in the villages, they have them hanging. Everybody thinks they're fresh.
This one is from Greece.
That one's from Greece. The octopus, they don't pound it or clean it like my husband did. He would go swimming in the island of Paros, where we were born, and he'd pick up an octopus, and he'd take it and he'd beat it on the rocks. And when it was nice and soft and got rid of the ink, he would eat it. They would eat it raw.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I think we'd better go and buy our frozen octopus.
There are so many different ways of saying grandma across cultures. I call my grandma 할머니, that's grandma in Korean. However, when my siblings and I are referring to her, we say granny, hence Cooking with Granny. But what do you like to be called?
I like to be called Yaya.
All right, Yaya Barbara.
Yes.
What do we have under the tin foil today?
Let's have a drum roll. Ta-da!
Oh.
This is a serious octopus. Do I dare pick it up and hold it?
This feels so gross. There you go.
Okay.
8 legs. What is the first step
First
here?
step is to turn the head inside out. Oy, oy, oy. And then you have to pull out this black part. And I think they must have removed the ink, because otherwise it should be gushing ink. And I've got to look
So
for the mouth.
let's-
Turn it inside out, and there's,
There's
the mouth.
This is so disgusting.
It's not disgusting. Look at that. That's the mouth.
The octopus stew conjures up some very, very close memories for you about your family and about your own past.
First of all, I was born on a Greek island, and so eating fish is part of who we are. Years ago, I married a man from my island. His name was John, and one of his favorite things to eat was octopus. So we were married maybe a month, and he said, would I cook him octopus? I said, what? So I consulted his mother, my mother-in-law. I adored my mother-in-law, and she gave me the recipe. And John bought the octopus.
So now what are we gonna do?
Now, the eyes, we just cut them out. My very inexpensive knives do the trick. Okay, there you go. I think we're almost there. Okay, that did it.
We need to wash this
We
beast, right?
have to wash it. We have to give it a good little bath in the kitchen sink.
Let's get rid of the water that was in it. All the teeth down the drain. I guess I was just looking for the eyes. What did we do with them? Where's his head?
Oh, okay. It's really not as slippery now. It's
No, it
actually
isn't.
almost a little bit abrasive.
Yeah, it's fine. One last swirl under the water.
Oh, goodness. We got rid of the...
Look, we took off the
slimy membrane.
The membrane. That's a good word. You may have to wash your sweater by the time we finish with this.
Oh, yeah. You know, I have to say, this is really taken me beyond my comfort zone, and I'm...
What should I say? I've done worse things than this. John used to do this part of it, but since he's no longer with us. Whoa. Oh, it looks like a starfish, doesn't it? I think that's good to go. There you go.
Okay.
All right. Now we have to go back to the cutting board.
That was kind of a harrowing feat.
We did the best we could, let's put it that way. Now we're going to cut the octopus in bite-sized pieces. The warning is this looks like a lot of octopus, but it cooks down. And you'd be amazed at how little it's going to look once it's cooked. I was married 10 years before I even used a recipe. The truth is, it's a family recipe that I know by heart. The trick is, for those people who want to try cooking octopus, I highly recommend that you buy frozen octopus from your fishmonger. The next step is onions and olive oil. And now we're going to dice it. I can do this with my eyes closed. No, I won't do it with my eyes closed. So now comes the best part. Pour the olive oil into the bottom of this big pot. Dump the chopped, diced onions in here. There you go. Okay, here we go. You mix it up a little, and then you turn on the flame. This is the key ingredient to all Greek cooking, the wooden spoon. There isn't one Greek person out there who doesn't know about their yaya skutala, the wooden spoon. So this is very important. Just while the onions are browning and sauteing, we're going to strain the octopus in a colander to get rid of as much water as we can. Okay, now ladies and gentlemen, it's time to pour the octopus in the stew.
Hey, you know what? It's shrinking in size.
Right, wait to see after it cooks. Ready? Here we go. In with the onion, and it's going to get the nice flavors of the olive oil and the onion. All right, and of course you can not make it without adding some peppercorns. Okay. I'm not sure how many to add, so you just have to use common sense. The Greeks used to say, if you ever asked a Greek yaya how much parsley to add, she said, "Ena kufta, a handful." Never ask a Greek yaya how much she used, just a handful. All right, and this is regular pepper.
The onions are getting so golden.
And they smell divine. Okay, so we're gonna let this just simmer a little bit, maybe 5 minutes or so, because if you add the tomato sauce too soon, it doesn't permeate. And now I'm gonna add a little sea salt. And that also reminds me of a story. When you go to the island of Paros on the rocks, you see the water is so salty you can't even sink. And the water splashes on the rocks, the sun dries it, and you can go pick up handfuls of salt.
Isn't that sea salt?
Yeah, sure. Next we add the bay leaf. That will make all the difference in the flavor, friends. I've got some tomato sauce and I'm mixing it in with diced tomatoes. Okay, go ahead. All right, that's
okay.
Because it's really not supposed to be so tomatoey. It's kind of like a brownish thing. And now I'm going to add some diced tomatoes to give it a little texture and a little thickness, because this is in puree. Oh, that's the color I know.
Look at that color.
I remember. This to me looks like stifada color.
Like a brick red. It looks really good.
Yummy. We'll let it cook for about an hour.
How did you and your husband meet?
My husband and I are both from the island of Paros. All of his family's from Paros. And then he came to America when he was 14 in 1947. So when they came to America, the three boys and my mother-in-law, they came to visit us in Brooklyn, and we got to know him. So he was 14 and I think I was like 7. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But I wasn't interested. But years later, when I was 18 or 19, there were these 3 eligible young men in this house in Astoria.
One of them was John.
One of them was John.
And had you remembered him since you were 7?
Well, I knew him because we'd see each other off and on in various, Greek. There was a Greek club then, and we'd go to dances and things. But I hadn't seen him in years, but I just knew that, he had just come back from Korea, and his older brother had come back. And so I was, I gotta go see these guys. So I batted my eyes a few times and said some really stupid things. I had this really nice tight dress and red shoes and black heels. Oh my God.
Ooh.
He called me the following week, but his mother said, "You're going to date her, you'd better behave yourself and be good, don't get into trouble. This is family."
So when you cook the octopus stew, does that bring back memories of him?
In fact, it does. It does. I found I'm almost looking at it as an homage to John, the 3rd anniversary of his death. I'm making this octopus for you. No, he really did love it.
It smells so good.
I think it's time to taste. Go ahead. Yummy.
Oh my goodness, that tastes so rich and savory. You taste the onions that really kind of got cooked in there.
I think it needs a little wine.
Okay, yeah, Barbara.
A cup of wine. Mind you, I don't drink, but in my food, I'll have a little wine. Oh, now it's real. Oh, don't you love the color? Simmer it for about 10 minutes and then we'll shut it off.
So it's been stewing for a good an hour and 15 minutes?
15 minutes, yeah.
All right, let's get that on the plate so we can actually start tasting it.
Oh, wow. Where's John? He would have loved it.
So we've been waiting for so long. That aroma has been wafting through the air, right?
It has, and I have to say it smells good enough to eat.
Which we're gonna do now, finally. All right, so let's dig
So,
in.
you gonna be first? Go ahead. I'm amazed.
Oh my God,
It's good.
it's so
It
tender.
really is good. Oh my goodness.
Mm.
You wouldn't believe it, John. It's tender, and it was not in a pressure cooker.
That octopus is so soft. It has a really good, succulent, meaty taste. It is so flavorful.
I'm really pleased. Now, you could put it on a bed of rice, or you could take a nice chunky piece of Greek bread or Italian bread and dip it in the juices. And as we say in Greek, "Kalichonepsi," may you digest it well.
Well, yeah, Barbara, may you digest it well.